It's camp, and if you don't get it, then you don't get it. I got a blank space, Bertram. And I'll write your name. Hello, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for being here. That was super sweet of you. Had to bring out the classic cherry earrings for today's video. I'm also wearing this peplum style shirt. I guess you can't really see that it's a peplum. Whew. There's the peplum. I'm going for very 2014 vibes today. I was disappointed to see that I didn't have a lot of items left from 2014 in my closet, probably because they went out of style and I did not think about the fact that fashion is cyclical. But this top is actually very appropriate for today and is featured in a very famous music video, so we will talk about that later. But yeah, I'm feeling cute in my little outfit. Wish I was wearing a skater skirt, but I still feel pretty cute. But that's not what this video is about. You did not click on this video to listen to me talk about 2014 fashions. No, you clicked on this video because you, like me, have an interest in me doing a makeup look inspired by Taylor Swift's 1989 album. So if this is your first video in my makeup and music series, basically what I've been doing is going through all of Taylor Swift's different albums / eras in anticipation of the Eras tour, which I'm going to next month. I'm so freaking excited. But yeah, hopefully after I go through all the Taylor Swift albums and stuff, I can move on to other albums, because I know not all of you are Swifties out there. I appreciate those of you who are not Swifties watching these videos so freaking much just to see the makeup looks. You guys are, I'll give you a little Taylor Swift heart for that. Thank you guys so much. That was super sweet of you. But yeah, right now I'm going through the Taylor Swift eras so far. I've done Lover, I've done Speak Now, I've done Debut, I've done Folklore, and today we're doing 1989. I hope that those of you who saw my YouTube community post were able to listen to the album beforehand, so you can let me know your top 5 songs in the comments down below. And of course, I'm gonna tell you my top 5 while I'm doing my makeup. And oh my gosh, this was a challenge. I know I say it every time. I know it's predictable. It's a challenge with every Taylor Swift album, but this one, I literally changed my mind about what was in my top 5 like 40 times before I finally settled on one. And I know my takes are gonna be controversial, and I don't care. So if that sounds like a topic that is interesting to you, and you wanna see me do a Taylor Swift 1989 inspired makeup look while I talk about my top 5 favorite songs, then I encourage you to please subscribe and keep on watching, because it's coming at you right now. We're going for classic 2014 Taylor vibes. She was rocking the big, thick black wing, but of course I'm gonna put my own little spin on it. I'm particularly pulling from the Blank Space music video. That's why I have this little lacy shirt on, because there's a scene where she wears a little black lacy dress, but she has a very bold wing, and it's like smoky too. She even has liner on the lower lash line, but of course, being the way I am, we are going to add rhinestones and sparkly things too, but this is like my baseline for my inspiration for this look. So yeah, I'm gonna go in with this eyeliner that I got from Pixie in PR. This really shocked me. This eyeliner is like the creamiest black liner that I've ever used, but it is not waterproof. So I tried priming my eyes with my About Face primer today. Let's see if that makes it a little more waterproof, sweatproof, oilproof for me. Anyways, not what this video is about. Let's get into my number 5 favorite song off of 1989, which is I Know Places. I love the song I Know Places because I feel like it's giving boundaries queen. This is Taylor's kind of like message to her love, but also to the paparazzi, to the media, to let them know I am the mastermind. I know places we won't be found. They'll be chasing their tails trying to track us down. I feel like especially in 2014, the media was obsessed with her. I mean, let's be honest, the media is always obsessed with her, whether it's in a good way or a bad way. They're just obsessed with everything that she is doing. And in 2014, it felt like she was just being followed by the paparazzi constantly. And so I think it's so cool that she wrote a song about how like, yeah, they're gonna follow us around everywhere we go. Loose lip sync ships all the damn time. Like talking about how like if somebody, you know, slips where they're going, like they're gonna find them. But she knows places they won't be found. Like she knows a way for them to still be alone and have their private time together. Because I'm sure it must be so hard dating someone when you're in the public eye, because you know it's one thing to not have any privacy for yourself, but it's another thing to not have any privacy in your relationship. Especially in 2014, we know she was dating Harry Styles at the time, so like they were both huge in the public eye. So like she's not the only person that's being chased down by the paparazzi, especially when you're dating someone as iconic as you are. Harry Styles, I would say, like they were both equally iconic at the time and still are now, but like two iconic celebrities dating each other other, yeah, the paparazzi is not gonna leave them alone ever. But yeah, I'm sure it's really hard to feel like you have any privacy, any intimacy. You know, obviously intimacy can mean multiple things, but I'm talking about the type of intimacy when you can like sit with somebody and have deep conversations with them over dinner or sitting in a park, like all of this stuff that us normal people, us non-celebrities take for granted being able to do, but that's so valuable to somebody like Taylor, who is being hunted down by the paparazzi constantly, and she uses that sort of terminology in this song, I Know Places. See the vultures circling dark clouds, love's a fragile little flame, it could burn out. Talking about these paparazzi, the media, they're like vultures circling their love, just waiting for something to happen, whether, you know, it's their love progressing and like, I don't know, them getting married or whatever, or something serious happening in the relationship, or it's them breaking up. The paparazzi is just like circling, waiting for something to happen, waiting for their next big story to break, and that puts a lot of pressure on a relationship. So I really like that she kind of fights back in this song and says like, yeah, they're gonna be chasing us down, they are the hunters, we are the foxes, but I know places we won't be found. And I just think Taylor really values her privacy in relationships, and I really admire that about her. Alright, we are giving big 2014 winged liner energy here. Anyways, now I'm gonna dip into my Blend Bunny Blends palette and use that matte black shade to try to set down this liner, because like I said, this Pixie liner is beautifully creamy, but it is not waterproof. So let's see if we can make it waterproof and give it even more of a smoky vibe. I'm gonna put a little gray in the crease too, but I'm sure you're just dying to know what my number 4 song that I would rank on 1989 is, and I won't make you wait any longer. It's Clean. I was so excited but also devastated to see on TikTok that she already did Clean as a surprise song. I'm pretty sure it was in Arlington, Texas. You lucky folks who got to hear Taylor sing Clean live, because what I wouldn't give. Oh my gosh, this song is so beautiful. And it really stands out on the album 1989, which is full of so many like more upbeat songs. You know, not all happy songs, but just more like quick upbeat songs. There's not a lot of ballads. Of course, we have This Love too, is also a ballad, but Clean just like really stands out, is this absolutely gorgeous ballad. And it's all about the feeling after breaking up with someone where like months have gone by and you've finally reached a moment where you feel like you're over it. You know, maybe you're not fully over it, and it's not like you suddenly, I forgot that you existed. Like we're not quite at the lover era, I forgot that you existed yet, but we're finally at a place post breakup where we can be like, I feel like I can breathe again. You know, that's the whole point of this song, is I feel like I'm finally clean. I'm gonna dip into a little bit of white and a little bit of this gray shade for my crease here. But yeah, the lyrics at the beginning of this song say, the drought was the very worst when the flowers that we grew together died of thirst. Ugh, if you've ever gone through a breakup, you know what that feels like. Even if you know ultimately it was the best decision for you to break up with this person, or they broke up with you and you know logically like it was for the best that you guys aren't together anymore, it's so hard to forget about the flowers that you grew together. Most relationships have at least some happy moments, even if there were much more sad or upsetting moments than happy ones. There's some sort of happy ones. Obviously, you probably wouldn't have gotten to the relationship at all if there weren't any happy moments. You know, it's, of course I'm generalizing, not every relationship would be like that, but I really like the line where she says, where the flowers that we grew together died of thirst. Like, so beautiful. Then she goes on to say, it was months and months of back and forth, you know, talking about the post-relationship, talking to the person still. You're still all over me like a wine-stained dress I can't wear anymore. Are you kidding me, Taylor? Talk about freaking gut-wrenching lyrics. That's just like such a good metaphor for trying to forget about someone who you were in a long-term relationship, even not long-term, even just a relationship that was very significant to you. It feels like that person is like a stain on you. Usually you stain something with red wine, it's not coming out. I don't care how good your detergent is. Like, you can do a deep cleaning treatment and everything, but like usually if you stain something like that, it is not coming out. And she's saying like that's what it felt like post-relationship with this person. I'm liking this smoky crease. I'm feeling very 90s right now, giving like the cool tone vibes, but the wing is not 90s at all. The wing is very 2014, and I just love the cool tone vibes so much. Oh my gosh. But then she goes on to say, hung my head as I lost the war and the sky turned black like a perfect storm. The rain came pouring down. When I was drowning, that's when I could finally breathe. And I personally think that part is a metaphor for like you feel when you're feeling, you know, post breaking up with someone or post breakup relationship, whatever, when you reach the moment where you feel like you're never gonna feel good again, you know, when you reach your rock bottom basically, that's when your tipping point happens, you know? I feel like that's what that line in the song is saying, like, hung my head like I lost the war and the sky turned black like a perfect storm. So that sounds scary, right? That sounds like a bad thing. But then she says, then the rain came pouring down while I was drowning. That's when I could finally breathe. She could finally breathe when the sky opened up. And that was the freeing moment where she was finally able to move on. I've been talking about this song Clean for so long. Can you tell I really like this song? Maybe I should have ranked this a little higher. I was really struggling with where to put Clean on this list because I love this song so much. Clean girlies, tap in. I freaking love this song. Moving on to the sparkly portion of the eye look, I want to use a combination of pearls. I have these little pearl stickies from Beauty Bay, and then I also have these little holographic iridescent face gems from Get Stoned, so I want to use both of them because pearls just feel very classic, you know? I got that red lip classic thing that you like. We gotta go a little classic. 2014, Taylor was like super classic. She did not wear a lot of rhinestones at all. I couldn't find any photos of her with rhinestones, but this is my channel and I want to wear sparkly things, so we're gonna do a combination of pearls and iridescent things. Okay, moving on to my number 3 favorite song off of 1989, which is Out of the Woods. So a little story time about me in 2014. I was a huge Jack Antonoff fan when he started Bleachers. I believe they released their single I Wanna Get Better in 2013, but then he had already released like a full album by then. But like I've been a huge Jack Antonoff fan for a while, and when this album came out, I like didn't even realize that they had started working together, and I was listening to it and Out of the Woods came on and I was like, Jack Antonoff, because you know at the beginning they do the oh, oh, which is like such a Jack Antonoff, I mean it's literally his voice, but it's just such a Jack Antonoff thing to do anyways. Like those very like 80s sounding like synthy sounds are so him, and I heard that and it was like my worlds colliding, my two faves coming together, and it was just so cool. But yeah, let me talk about why I love Out of the Woods, not just because it has Jack Antonoff on it, although I will say the general very like synthy 80s vibe of this song is a big reason why I like it. Normally you guys know I focus so much on lyrics and lyrics being why I love songs, but I do think that this song has a really beautiful and relatable message to it too, you know, talking about when you're in a relationship with someone and you fight with this person, you know, no relationships for the most part are without fights, and I think it's really beautiful that the whole concept of the song is, are we out of the woods yet? You know, that's kind of a term people use when you get into a fight with your spouse or a friend or anybody, you know, a fight with anyone. You tend to refer to it as being in the woods with this person. Are we out of the woods? You know, that moment after a fight or after a disagreement or whatever you're going through where you're asking that person like, are we done? Are we back to just being us again? Because she has multiple moments in the song where she says when he got into this one we pretty much know is about Harry Styles, because she refers about, remember when you hit the brakes too soon, 20 stitches in the hospital room. Harry Styles got into a car accident. Luckily he was fine. But the lyrics go on to say, remember when you hit the brakes too soon, 20 stitches in the hospital room. You started crying, baby, I did too. When the sun came up, I was looking at you. Remember when you couldn't take the heat? I walked out, said I'm setting you 3, but the monsters turned out to be just trees, and the sun came up and you were looking at me. The Out of the Woods bridge might be one of my favorite Taylor bridges of all time. It's just so good. The way it builds, like you really feel like you are running through the woods with her. And then she has the moment where she says, but the monsters turned out to be just trees. I just think that's so beautiful because yeah, sometimes you're in a relationship and there are these issues that you have with the person that are more just like a reflection of your own like psychological stuff, you know? And I personally, that's what I take that lyric as meaning, is like you thought that there were these monsters, or maybe you projected your own insecurities onto this person and you thought that was going to be like relationship ending, and then you realized like these monsters you projected on these person, they were just trees. They were just stuff you were projecting. They were nothing to worry about. And I think it's really beautiful. Oh, it's such a beautiful song. I love Out of the Woods. Finally, moving on to complexion, I'm gonna use the Thread Beauty Foundation again. If you watch my Let's Get Ready With Me, you know that this was my first time trying it, and I really liked it. So this is my second time trying it. I will let you know how I like it, but I feel like Taylor's base in 2014, you know, the 2014 makeup look really was not super complexion focused. I shouldn't say that. It was more just like clean canvas type of complexion and not as much as like the complexion we know nowadays, which is like, you know, very skin-like, very glowy, dewy. Like I feel like 2014 complexion was just like your canvas, you know, throw some bronzer on top and you're good to go. Of course, I'm probably still gonna wear blush, but all of this to say, I'm picking a higher coverage foundation than I normally go for because it feels like it fits the vibe. Also, we're going very full glam, so it feels like it fits that vibe too, but I'm sure you're on the edge of your seat wondering what is my number 2 song on 1989, and I'll tell you, it's Blank Space. I got a blank space, Bertram, and I'll write your name. I know that Blank Space is like one of her most streamed songs at all time, and you know what? Sometimes things are popular because they're good, and Blank Space is so freaking good. I get on my soapbox talking about how much I freaking love Blank Space at least once a week. At least once a week, I rope somebody into a conversation they probably don't want to be in with me explaining to them how powerful the song Blank Space is because it's so freaking cool. Taylor has said in interviews that she wrote the song Blank Space because the media had portrayed this sort of like glamorous, heartbreaking man-eater persona of her where she just lures in these men for a month or whatever she feels like it. She just goes after all of these rich, handsome men, and then she goes crazy and turns on them, and it just dumps them and just adds them to her list. You know, I got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. Like, I love that she just fed into that. She literally said in interviews that like this is what the media was portraying her as, and so she had this idea to write the song Blank Space of being like, okay, what would that actually look like if I really was this person that they've made me out to be? Let's play into this persona. Let's have a little fun with them. I love that she plays with the media. I love that she messes around with them. I love that she has I know places talking about how she can get away from them, but she also being this person. And the music video for Blank Space is probably my favorite Taylor Swift music video of all time. It is so good. Going in with a Thrive Causemetics cream bronzer here to give a little bit of sculpting action. I don't know, I feel like contour started to become a thing in 2014. I was not wearing it, so I cannot verify that for sure, but it is what I'm putting on my face right now. Anyways, but yeah, like I was saying, the music video is my favorite one Taylor has ever done, even including the current music videos. Like I still think Blank Space reigns supreme because it is her just playing into this whole persona that she talks about in the song, where she has this guy arrives at her big mansion, and first, you know, she's the perfect girlfriend and she's putting up his picture on the wall, really putting him on a pedestal, and then part of the way through the song, everything changes. You know, she says, I'll find out what you want, be that girl for a month, but oh, the worst is yet to come. Screaming, crying, perfect storm, I can make all the tables turn. Rose garden filled with thorns, keep you second guessing like, oh my god, who is she? I get drunk on jealousy. Totally just feeding into this fake persona that the media has made up for her of this woman who lures in these handsome men only to go crazy on them and to just be jealous and to absolutely destroy them before she tosses them aside and brings in a new guy to do the same thing too, which like obviously she does not really do, but I love that she plays into it in the song. I know blush was not as big of a thing in 2014, but obviously I'm not keeping this fully 2014, and we're gonna go in with a red blush to fit with the red lip classic thing here. This is the About Face Beauty Blush, shade Smash. I will have all of the makeup details listed down below. I know I have not mentioned every single product I've used. But anyway, she goes on to say, got a long list of ex-lovers. They'll tell you I'm insane, but I've got a blank space, baby, and I'll write your name. Like, what a perfect line. And then, cause darling, I'm a nightmare dressed like a daydream. So many iconic lines in the song Blank Space that people quote all the time. I just freaking love Blank Space. I know it's popular, but it's popular because it's good and very worthy of being my number 2. Alright friends, we're rounding out the makeup look, which means we're also rounding out my top 5 on 1989, but I just want to tell you real quick about these lashes. These are the Sire lashes from the Muses collection from Kiss. They sent me these in PR and I let them sit in my drawer for like 3 months because I was intimidated by them, but they're actually super easy to put on and I feel like they look really cute with this look. But okay, moving on to a lip and moving on to my number 1 song on 1989, which is Shake It Off. I don't care if lots of people don't like Shake It Off because it is one of my favorite Taylor Swift songs of all time, and it's also my alarm tone. I wake up to Shake It Off every morning. I do snooze it every morning, but it is a nice way to wake up for the first time. If Shake It Off has a million haters, then I am not one of them. If Shake It Off has 1 fan, then I am one of them. If Shake It Off has no fans, then I am dead. I will die on this hill that Shake It Off is the best song on 1989. I don't care if it's cringy, I don't care if it's chuggy, it's camp, and if you don't get it, then you don't get it, and that's tough, and I feel bad for you. You can clearly tell the themes that I like in Taylor Swift songs on this album because it's kind of similar to Blank Space, where she's taken this media perception of her and totally flipped it on its head. You know, with including lyrics like, I go on too many dates, but I can't make them stay, at least that's what people say, like talking about all of these things that the media says about her. I stay out too late, got nothing in my brain, that's what people say, like talking about the media thinks I'm dumb, the media thinks I'm a hoe, the media thinks that I can't do anything right, but I just keep cruising, can't stop, won't stop grooving. It's like I got this music in my mind saying it's gonna be alright. It's a very empowering song, especially, I've mentioned this in other videos before too, talking about Taylor Swift songs. There's a lot of songs that I feel like she writes specifically for overthinkers, for people with severe anxiety like myself, and Shake It Off feels like such a love letter to those people. Literally the term shake it off. That's what people always tell you, right? When you're going through something that's hard and it's causing you to just feel awful, people just say, ooh, just shake it off, just move on, just shake it off. And obviously, easier said than done, but I love that Taylor wrote a whole song about just shaking it off. The hater's gonna hate, and the player's gonna play, but she's just gonna shake it off. We talked about earlier in this video, so much of her career has been under severe media scrutiny. Her relationships, how she acts, what she wears, what she does, who she writes songs about, who she's fighting with, who she's friends with. The media is gonna scrutinize her no matter what she does, so I love that she just wrote a song being like, yeah, they're gonna say what they're gonna say, but I'm just gonna keep grooving, I'm gonna keep doing me, I'm gonna keep being myself, and I'm gonna shake off everything that they say. It's a message that I need myself all the time, you know. I think that's why I like Shake It Off so much. I had somebody left me a mean comment on Instagram earlier today, which is like, you know, that happens every once in a while, whatever. Someone who doesn't follow me, someone who doesn't know me, and I could feel it lingering even after I, like, you know, responded to the comment with kindness as I always do, but I could feel it lingering on me a little bit. And as I was listening to Shake It Off earlier today, I literally felt the feelings melt away. I felt myself like, ooh, yeah, we're shaking it off. Okay, yeah, exactly. Haters gonna hate, but I'm just gonna shake. And I just think that is a great response to have. And yeah, Shake It Off is well worth being my number 1 on 1989. All right, you guys, and with that, we've reached the end of the video. This is my finished makeup look. I love the way it turned out. I don't really know what to do with my hair. Honestly, my hair could use a wash right now, so that's also kind of why I'm hiding it. I guess it looks cute like this. If I were to go full 1989, then I would have given you a side part, but I know that my hair is not gonna stay like that. And I don't think I used to part it on this side. No, I used to part it on this side. I used to have such a deep side part in middle school. Oh my gosh, I like just kept deepening my side part. So if you wanna see what 2014 Geo looked like, it was something like this, except I used to curl my hair because I didn't realize that I had curly hair, so I used to curl my hair with a straightener. So imagine my hair looking similar to this, but like super dry and damaged because I was straightening it, straight curling it every single day. This is making me so nostalgic for Tumblr right now. I want to go put some just girly things edits over some beautiful landscape photos. Taylor Swift was super active on Tumblr. I want to go look at a bunch of her old archived Tumblr posts because she was super active. She would respond to people. But definitely let me know. I can't keep looking at myself with the side part. Let me know what your top 5 songs are on 1989 in the comments down below. I absolutely love hearing your top 5s. You guys have immaculate taste, and I'm very excited to hear what your top 5 are. Check out my description box for all of the details of all of the makeup products on my face today. Also, my description box, I will have all of my social justice links, so please click on those if you haven't yet. And I thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in my next video. I got a blank space, baby. I'm gonna write your name. Okay, bye.